Do you agree with the DOJ's investigation into Google's potential antitrust violations?
I think it is so appropriate for DOJ to move forward, and not only is the DOJ moving forward, but those of us at the Senate Judiciary Committee are looking very closely at what is happening with big tech when it comes to privacy and privacy violations, data security, data breaches, those violations, scraping data, censorship. And it is appropriate that we now look at how these entities are functioning, the amount of transparency that is around their business practices and what they're doing with your information.
What do you think is a solution to protecting Americans with regards to censorship or anything with big tech?
When it comes to big tech and protecting you and what I call your virtual you, which is you and your presence online, the number one thing we need to do is pass the Browser Act, which is privacy rules and regulations. And it has one set of rules for the entire internet ecosystem. And one regulator, which is the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. That is the very first step, because what that would do is say that you have the ability to decide who is going to see your information and how it's going to be shared.
So with people who have the argument that Facebook, Twitter, and these companies are private companies, what do you say to people who say not to get involved with them because they're private companies?
Privacy and your right to privacy is a guaranteed right. And that applies to Americans whether they're in the physical space or the virtual space. And the fact that these tech companies are not recognizing your right to your information and your data, and that they are taking it without your permission, and they're monetizing it, and they're selling ads, and they're benefiting from it. That is something that needs to stop, and it's something that needs to be reviewed.
Are you concerned with social media or big tech having an impact on future elections and campaigns?
We're always concerned about that, and we're looking very, very closely at what is taking place with how they censor, how they subjectively manipulate their algorithms so that they're booting out conservative talk, they're banning conservative talk, or they're banning movies, or they're banning posts that go after human traffickers and sex traffickers. This is what we need to put an end to and make certain that the public square that exists in the virtual space is going to be a fair and level playing field.